Hello, everyone. It's May 30th, and this is Blog Talk Radio. My name is Cliff Faber. I am part of the Zeitgeist Vancouver chapter and the Zeitgeist Canada chapter. So today is going to be a rather short one and basically going to just focus on and bring some attention to the upcoming Zeitgeist Media Festival and the ongoing One Planet Project campaign. The Zeitgeist Media Festival will take place the weekend of this August 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Now, the Zeitgeist Media Festival is an annual event, so just like the annual ZDay event, these events are designed to first off, I guess, be projects for global chapters to participate in, and it is very important that chapters do indeed participate in these events. Unlike the ZDay event, which is designed to be more of an educational platform with lectures, PowerPoint speakers, and so on, the Zeitgeist Media Festival takes a more artistic approach to reaching out to the masses. Film, dance, music, sculptures, poetry, painting, any other type of artistic expression that you can think of makes for a great means by which to reach out to your local public in a very fun and engaging way. So now, why should every single chapter be holding a Zeitgeist Media Festival? Because we are power in numbers. What becomes newsworthy is not necessarily the fact that you held an event in your town, but that 500 events are happening on this single weekend and that your event in your town is a part of that. Major news outlets will find this intriguing and possibly choose to cover this global event, but also your own local news outlets will also be intrigued that your local event is part of a global event that spans so many countries and so many hundreds of cities. So we need to get hundreds of cities involved, and this is an easy thing to do. There are many ways that you can become involved in this upcoming annual event, regardless of your chapter size or membership size. I will provide some ideas, but really you can become creative and think outside the box, and hopefully other chapters will be inspired by your own direction in future years. One thing that I would say is to hold your event in a large open public space where the general public is already out and about. This will provide you with a large audience of spectators simply because you are out there and the public will be interested in what you are doing. So if you are a small chapter with a few members, then this is a great way to reach the most amount of people. Remember that no one in the public will find out about you if you're holding a closed indoor event. You can put up some posters and send out some invites through your member list, but the public at large will never really seek you out. There is no reason for them to seek you out. They don't know about you, they don't know about your event, and they're not going to go looking for you. This is why many closed events or invite-only events, events where you draw from your member base, have very little real success. Even your members will eventually stop coming and your numbers will diminish over time. This is quite discouraging for many, and they often give up and their chapter base fades out eventually. So we have seen a real drop in numbers, and we need to really understand this to be the most effective that we can be at reaching people and building our chapters. We are an activist organization. The job is to spread the word out to the masses about a new direction for humanity. Activism is not about holding closed meetings for members already signed up. By closed, I mean a meeting held behind four walls where, unless you have been giving out invites, no one will know about it. For instance, don't give out invites. Hold a meeting in four closed walls and just wait and see the crowd come. No one's going to come. You have to send out invites. And typically you're going to go to your Facebook or your members list, and you're going to start with that and probably end with that. So that's preaching to the choir. Again, as I've mentioned before, if you're on the street and you just set up a table, for instance, a couple of signs, stand there with a clipboard, and you don't send out any invites, everybody on the street's going to see you. You're out in the public. People are going to look at you. They're going to walk by. Some are going to stop and ask, "What are you doing?" It's just a whole different way of thinking about how you run events. So don't hold your events, if you can avoid it, behind closed walls where invites have to be sent out. As activists, we want to reach out to the largest amount of people. We want to have the opportunity to reach out to the largest amount of people, and that means going directly to the people, not waiting for them to come to us. For a small chapter or a new chapter, or really any chapter that wants a big crowd, a great way to hold a festival is simply to set up on the street in your city and have some musicians strum some instruments, bang on some bongos. That always gets people's attention. Have some spoken word or poetry, open mic type situations. You can have some sidewalk chalk drawings. Just put some chalk out. Kids love that. They'll stop and they can draw and leave some cool designs or sayings right on the sidewalk. If you know of any painters or artists, you can invite them down to set up and paint some great art during the day and have it displayed right there on the street. Artists love to do what they do best, and that is to perform and be visible. And most artists trying to establish themselves will have no problem being a part of your event just to perform or be there. They will gladly want to do that, and they've starving artists, they don't need money, they need recognition, and your event can provide that for them. A quick listing in your local Craigslist can help you locate some great local artists of all kinds, like jugglers and magicians and street artists that will love to be a part of your event. And you will be surprised how many have heard of the movies and support the direction, or are just simply don't know about the movies yet, but are. The artistic mind, a lot of these people are socially conscious, and they are aware of the stuff that's happening, and you're probably going to connect with these people, even if they don't know of the movement or that this movement exists. So reach out and spread the word throughout your community. And another good source is to go to a college or university in your area, drop into a few clubs or organizations, a few flyers around the area that you're holding a festival, and you could find a whole group of new people that would love to be a part of your event and build on your chapter as well. And they'll bring with them, every time you reach out, you're reaching out to people who can bring with them a whole new level of experience and possibilities that you might not be able to reach on your own. And so, again, building strength in numbers. And the best thing about just setting up in a park or busy public location is that your audience is simply the public that is already out for the day and walking by. The more entertainment or activities you have going on, the more people will stop and participate. No advertising is needed. No promotion is needed. No, you don't need to do anything beforehand because they'll just be there. People will just be there on the day, and those are the people that you're going to be able to reach. And it'll be more people than you could ever imagine that could ever come to a closed meeting. And new people, completely new people. If you have some chalk on the street for the kids to draw with, then their parents will stop, and while their kids are being entertained, they will read your posters and signs. You could have some balloons around that again are very that could have if you're able to get some Zeitgeist logo or information on these balloons, that would be great. Kids love to walk around with these things as well. Great art can be found in the zeitgeistmediaproject.com website. There's an amazing selection of artistic expressions that are perfect to just print out and would make for a great display for your street event or any event. We printed out a whole bunch of our favorite ones, about 50 or so in different sizes, from the zeitgeistmediaproject.com website, and everything from small posters to tabloid-sized posters to quite large posters, and they were very eye-catching, and many people were taking photos and so on of this art, and we printed them out once. We did put a little bit of money into printing these out, but we've used them for 3 years now. We had them at a ZDay, we had them at, I think we've used them for 2 ZDays, and a couple of other events we put them up to whenever we have lectures, because you throw these up on your wall and it makes for a really nice art gallery type layout. Also, you've probably seen buskers or street performers on your streets in your city or town. They always draw large crowds. Well, that is basically all you're trying to do here. Just provide some eye-catching displays and some music, and you will have many people walking by that will stop and take in your event. And this is a really, the buskers, when you see them on the street and you've probably maybe stopped and taken in their event, they're promoting themselves. We're promoting Zeitgeist, but the bottom line is that they're out on the street, and it's the people who walk by, and they're catching their attention by simply just being out there. If a busker was in a closed room waiting for people to come in, they probably not going to make as much business as he would just being out on the street. And most cities and towns have locations that are specifically set up and geared towards protests, artistic expression, gatherings of this sort. And you can easily set up for a day. You might need to check with your city to see if you need a permit. In Vancouver here, for this, we set up our ZDay, our Zeitgeist Media Festival last year outside at the Vancouver Art Gallery. It was a rather large event. We did need a permit, but completely free. Took a couple of days. Basically, it was just so we could secure the location. So we did need a city permit, but it was free, very easy to get. And so just check with your city to see if you do need a permit if you are holding a larger event. A larger event that is sure to draw constant spectators throughout the day. If you choose to hold an event that your members or for your members in a closed location, such as a small hall or a restaurant or a pub or similar licensed venue, then that is a great opportunity to bring in some great local bands that have an audience of their own. That is a way to build on your chapter and engage new people as well. Try to keep your event free if possible without having a ticket price. That's just another added thing for new people who, might come out because, they want to check out some bands but don't necessarily want to pay. It just adds on top of making things more difficult for chapters trying to make a successful event. And but it is a great way to build on your chapter and engage new people by using, the audience that many of these bands can bring. If you have a number of bands, they've all got friends and stuff like that might be coming out for the music, but it's a great opportunity then to be part of a Zeitgeist Media Festival and maybe to take home a CD or DVD of the movie or some links or just some literature, see your gallery. You can show some video clips, some short video clips in between bands, and that could be really cool. You could have those made made in advance, and maybe 15 minutes in between bands you can show some shorts video clips and stuff like that, or have some speakers or even some comedians that can entertain a crowd, or really mix it up with all of those types of things. And also, so back to the posters, you can have if you have a wall in the back of the room, and you can put up a whole bunch of great posters or socially conscious artwork, and that gives people something to do and to talk over while the bands are changing over. If you just want to go the art route, you could also simply hold an art gallery event at a local bookstore or cafe. A lot of these independent bookstores or cafes are really open to allowing you to hold an event in their store. If you set it up beforehand, and they'll work with you, they've got an audience of their own. People who are, usually they're more specialized bookstores and coffee shops and stuff like that. And you can definitely use their spaces many times as well. So you just got to ask around. You can also hold a rotating short film festival and contact all the local groups in your area and see if they would be interested in submitting a short film for your event. So we work with a lot of groups here in Vancouver. We try to engage them and try to participate with as many groups as we can. Last year we had over 35 activist groups join us for our event, our Zeitgeist Media Festival event here in Vancouver. We simply sent out an email, and they were thrilled to become a part of our day. Many of these groups have messages that they are wanting to get out to the public as well, and joining with them helps spread our own message. So really working together. Just make sure that you agree with their message, obviously, and that they are not wackos, solid community groups, and you will have a ton of really great contacts, from environmental groups to food and health groups like vegan and raw and vegetarian organizations and stuff, which are great people. They've got a lot of great stuff that can really make your event look really good as well. Human rights organizations, there's just a ton of them out there, and probably a ton in your own community. So all these people have films and that they love to promote, and your film festival could be a perfect platform for such a great community type event, film event. Also, a lot of these groups will bring with them their own members. They'll be able to send out, they'll send out a email through their own member lists. And so the more groups you have, the more different member lists that you're going to be able to draw from. So, don't think that you need to put on a Zeitgeist Media Festival and have it Zeitgeist only. In fact, the more groups you reach out to, the larger audience you'll be able to get involved with your event. And that's going to be promoting the Zeitgeist Media Festival to a whole larger new audience, and that's very exciting as well. And people will get to learn what you're all about, and they'll bring their expertise in many cases. Some of these groups have been around for many, many years, and they have done these kind of things. They'll be able to let them know, say, hey, this is our first media festival, or it's our second media festival. We're going to try something different this year, and they'll offer their thoughts and ideas as well. And so do reach out to the groups. Also, if you do live in a small town and you have only a handful of chapter members that you can that are part of your group, and you're maybe a very new chapter or a small chapter, you can do something like hold a block party or even a backyard barbecue and invite the neighbors. Block parties are great. They're very fun. Cities typically support them, and if you contact your neighbors and stuff like that, you can get a permit for the day to block off a section of your street, and they can be very, very fun, very successful. You can have some music out there. You can have some, food. People can bring food and stuff like that. You can have, some art displays, some performers, even a DJ can set up. You can have some dancing right there, and some, lots of different food you can bring out. People can bring different foods. You can have a barbecue there, and just basically make for a really great day that will make, in the end, anything you do, whether it's just setting up on the street, having a block party, setting up in a cafe or a bookstore or even a pub event or a nightclub event, anything that you do will make you a part of the global numbers. And that's the big picture. That's the big picture. That's the story that we're telling as a Zeitgeist organization, is that we had so many chapters participating globally across so many countries on one weekend. And don't forget to contact, for whatever you do, anything you do, don't forget to contact your local food bank. There's probably a number of them in your community, and they will love to drop off a bin. And as you collect food, this is a global food drive. So, if you get a few cans of food, few boxes of food, this is something that when it's added up, your food bank will tell you how much you've collected, and that you will send your total weight in, and all of the chapters send in their total weight of food collected, and we can say globally this is how much food was collected globally for the different food banks. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a bigger story, and this bigger story is all of us participating. If we don't think we're big enough, or we don't think that we have the ability to offer something substantial, and we refrain from doing anything, then we are not benefiting the entire global movement. And that is what we want to do. That is the story that we are selling. That is the picture we want to create, that there is a massive global movement at play here, and we all want to be a part of that. And everything that we do, regardless of how big it is or how small it is, all of it helps. It's all about everybody working together, and on a global scale, that's massive. Last year, we did up a website designed to assist chapters with setting up an event, and that site was zeitgeistfestival.com. And although it is not yet updated for this upcoming year, it will be shortly. The information is still the same, though. It just doesn't have this year's date on it, but it's still great for those looking for some assistance or at least some ideas for setting up an event. Under the events link here, under the events link, you will see a selection of events and some ideas as to putting them together. And there's some photos there and stuff like that. So, hopefully that will help out. Another important issue with your events is to document them so that the world can see the activity, this activity that we're creating. So take photos, make YouTube videos, use all the social media that is available today to spread these videos and these images. Make sure to place photos and videos of all of your events on the global Facebook site, because it's where a lot of people go to, and on your country's Facebook site, if you have one, and on the country's websites. Just basically put it everywhere, and hopefully these will all be compiled as well, and a whole section of videos and images can be put on the main Zeitgeist global site, and as well as your own country's main site as well. So the more we get this stuff out there, the more the world is going to see that we mean business and that we are serious about what we are preaching. This is where the numbers game really comes in as well. The more chapters involved, the more media and the public at large will see our stuff, and it will begin to really gain some serious momentum. So all we need to do is just our own little part, and this, on a global scale, will translate into massive results if we all participate. No chapter is too small. If you are creative and you can make this a very fun event, then all together we will make this a very massive global event. So the next topic is the One Planet Project. And basically, let's see here. Okay, all of this comes down to the numbers game. The Zeitgeist Media Festival, it's an annual event, ZDay, annual event. But, the more chapters that participate, the bigger this annual event is. And the One Planet Project is it's another a global event. So far, we've had a great response to the initial startup of the campaign. Over 150 chapters or individuals have signed up, and we have had a number of chapters send in their emails that they have collected from people that they canvassed on the street. So anywhere from 10 to 20 emails per chapter each time are being sent in, and we are around 340 emails over 2 weeks. So 2 weekends, I guess. And so about 25 chapters or individuals have been sending in emails from their street canvassing. So we are quite a ways away from the 150 that have signed up. And so just remember that this is a numbers game, and that small numbers in large quantities will really add up. 10 emails, just 10 emails collected by 100 chapters or individuals in just 1 week or over a weekend, say on a Saturday or a Sunday, is 1,000 emails per week. And that is 1,000 new people per week that will learn about a new direction that humanity could take and new ideas for global change. So over a month, 4,000 people that would be engaged directly about this new direction. So if you've signed up, make sure to get out there. Very easy, a clipboard, a few questions. People will talk to you. They'll engage you. Get their emails. Send them out the information package. The whole, all the information, of course, is on the website there, oneplanetproject.net. And everything is on there, including the package you would send out. It's just a copy and paste, and there'll be a couple of areas in that copy and paste there where you need to add your own personal information in to personalize it, but very simple, straightforward. But basically, we have our work cut out for us. It is very easy, little steps that any one person or group can take to be a part of the solution and a part of the activism that is the Zeitgeist Movement. Again, all the big parties and events, all the huge events that, and the parties and that are held behind closed doors for the members to come to, all of these events won't be anywhere near as successful in promoting the movement and its direction to the global community as just a couple of people standing on the street across 100+ cities or towns around the world and simply talking directly to the people that walk by. It's free. It takes up little time, maybe 2 hours of your time, 1 day a week, a simple clipboard, a big smile, and you will be very quickly engaging people that will give you the time of day and will be very interested in what you have to say. It is always just a numbers game when talking to people on the street, and just remember that. The world right now is also at a point where we are talking, what we are talking about is of great interest to many. Many probably already, individuals are already talking to their colleagues and their friends about these very issues, and they're already having these discussions around the dinner table in the office and stuff like that. So our timing is perfect to be engaging the public, this large public that is available to us, and to be making our presence known in such a visible fashion on the street. On the streets right in our towns on a global scale. In the end, it always it's always going to be the simplest, easiest, the least complicated ways that will be the most effective for reaching the global community. Just keeping it simple. Many people have seen the movies online and don't even know that a movement exists. And we get this all the time. We set up our booth every weekend, but still we get people every weekend that will come up to us and say, oh man, is this Zeitgeist, the movie? I saw a movie, Zeitgeist. Is that what you guys are all about? And yet we're out there every week. So this is, when you're on the street, you're always reaching new people. Because if we've been out there for 3 years and these people are coming up to us every single week, then this is new people. They're not people who have walked by in 3 years on a Saturday and have seen us. So it's always new people are walking by. This street project, it lets people know that not only is there a movement, when they see you on the street, not only do they know that there's a movement, but they know that the movement is active right in their own backyards, right in their town, because you're there. You are the movement. Just keep it simple, keep it doable for all chapters, regardless of size or location. You don't need a big hall, don't need to rent out a big stadium and get lights and speakers and big bands or anything like that. Just keep it simple, keep it achievable, and everybody will be able to be a part of the end results and to celebrate the results, which are massive global numbers of chapters, all on basically being part of the numbers, and really celebrate the results with all the other chapters. So on the website there, oneplanetproject.net, you will see some images of chapters in action. Actually, you can click on the Facebook link there, and there are some great images of chapters in action that have come in from a few chapters participating, and they are on the Facebook site. So you can just link there. It's right on the One Planet Project website, and you can link on there, and you'll see some photos and check those out. When you are out on the street, have some photos taken. Definitely take photos of your chapter out there, wearing the shirts, talking to some people, and then get those everywhere. Post them on the global Facebook site, on your chapters, your country's Facebook site, your city's Facebook site. Use the social media sites to take it even further and get it out to people so people can see this action happening. So also, the website has all the information for getting started, and we will be talking about it as well as well as the Zeitgeist Media Festival. We will be talking about One Planet Project and the Zeitgeist Media Festival at the next international meeting. So please join us there in a week's time, and we can answer any questions or talk about suggestions. Throw your ideas around so we can all grab these great ideas and go with them and just share these great ideas. So join us on the next international meeting. Also, please go to the Zeitgeist Media Festival official page at zeitgeistmediafestival.org to sign up your chapter and your event as well that you're going to be holding in your own city. And let's see here. That's about it. Just keep it really simple. If you are planning on holding a Zeitgeist Media Festival, sign it up. If you weren't sure if you were, get a couple people together, and it can, it doesn't have to cost you anything. You can just set something really simple up in your town or your city, and have some fun with it. If you play an acoustic guitar, go sit on the sidewalk, take in the sun. Maybe a few posters, signs, couple of friends. Get out there, just have fun with it. But basically, sign up, be a part of the global numbers. Anytime we get out and be visible in our community, we're doing more than all the discussions and bitching and whatever else people are doing around tables the rest of the time. It just get up, get out, get in the public's face, and that's going to make all the difference in the world. And the more we do that, the more exciting it's going to get, and the more it's going to spread and really pick up momentum. So that is about it here for me. So do please join us on the next international call in a week's time. It'll be Wednesday in a week's time, and we will be talking about these two projects. And so bring your information, your questions, whatever. It's very interactive, so everybody can speak and talk and participate. So have a great week, and get out there this weekend with your chapter. Talk to some people, collect some emails, send those in, and take some pictures, post those, and we will look forward to talking to you again. Thanks a lot.